What up, everybody? Charlie B back in the building. Welcome to Bizarreville. Everybody, welcome. I got a good one tonight. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's proceed. Medium-sized box. Right? This one right here is going to basically prove that, Tim, you are a religious narcissist and you don't care about nobody. And by the time Charlie B and Dr. Les Carter break it down on y'all, you're going to be like, what? Boom, boom, boom. It's a wrap. He just broke it down. Now, Tim's a fake pastor. Keyword, fake. This brother has degrees. He's a doctor. Okay? So we gonna get into this. We gonna roll with it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's proceed. And by the time we done with this, and between me popping in and this brother talking, y'all gonna be like, I'm done. And B10, if y'all don't realize this after this, I don't know what to say. Peanut gang. Y'all gonna come in here like, good one, Charlie B.
I know that many of you have felt emotionally and relationally beat up by religious narcissists, and I'm going to address that theme here today.
I'm excited about tonight's show, y'all. So, he just said what he's going to talk about. But what if I could tell you in this box, basically, allegedly, he's going to explain Tim down to the T. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's proceed. My bad. I ain't perfect.
Specifically want to talk with you about how religious narcissists will gaslight the daylights out of you. Now, before we get all the way into that, I want to kind of pull back and put a perspective on this. Let's keep in mind that narcissists operate with a lot of what I refer to as imperative thinking. And we go back to the dictionary and we remind ourselves that when something is imperative, it's very directive, very command-oriented, do this, don't do that, and we have the imperative words.
Who does that sound like to you? We'll break it down further along as we go.
In our vocabulary, have to, must, can't, should, supposed to, ought to, got to, need to, get better. That's the imperative mindset.
And come back, who is, I refuse, I can't. I can't is not in my vocabulary, and I can't. This is your man's. That's your man's. As DMX would say in Belly, that's your man's. That's your man's.
And as a result, narcissists are drawn towards all sorts of themes and systems that will foster that imperative way of thinking. Whether it's in the way that they manage themselves in businesses or organizations, there's a great deal of imperative inside of politics. Here's the way it has to be.
Now, did you hear Brother Les talk about even in business? A narcissist, I fire everybody. I fired the kids, I fired Megan, and you fired your mama. Whole show alleged on my part. Let's go. He got a PhD. I ain't got nothing to say about this man.
According to me, it can't be any other way. Many times narcissists will approach parenting or family relations with that imperative mindset.
Now we all know, even with Tim's family, is that an imperative mindset with his family? Yes or no? Bim, bim, bim. Is he breaking his brother down? Don't know Tim sells from a can of paint. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's proceed.
And then, of course, we can go straight into religious organizations, and that becomes a breeding ground for imperative thinkers. It's like, oh, well, actually here we have the ultimate authority figure, God, and so God to them stands for everything that is imperative. You must, you've got to, you have to, you're supposed to. And
okay, can we just talk for a second? Did he just break it down to how he treats his wife? Yes or no? Megan does everything, right? Okay, let's look at it like this. What does Megan come out here and tell y'all, the world? What does she tell y'all? I'm still trying to get better. I still got more to do. I still got this, and I'm still working on me, y'all. And we come in here and be like, what else is there to work on? You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're schooling the kid, trying to school the children, and all this and you still get no gratitude from your husband because he tells you, because let's jump back, and I hope somebody found the video I did where she said, I only talk to Tim because God just trying to talk to me is too much. So God talks to Tim and he tells me what God wants me to know. So if that's the case, do you see what this man just said? And do you see how Tim treats his wife? Bim. Yes or no? Everything she does out there, she comes out here, looks like she wants to cry on her walk and talks, has no idea what she wants to do, can't even explain to you why she's doing the things she's doing, because she always says, God just wants me to be stronger. And God. Let's not forget, Megan, you don't talk to him anymore. Tim tells you what God wants you to do. And after everything you're doing out there, it's still not enough. Is that God or is it Tim? And let's jump back. He doesn't know this, brother. Whole show of legend on my part.
As a result, narcissistic individuals will look at religious themes through that kind of lens. Now, as a matter of personal disclosure, I grew up in a Christian tradition. I'm currently a member of an Episcopal church. I'm very comfortable in trying to seek out questions like, why are we here? And what is the meaning of love? And what are we to do with the problem of evil or suffering or pain? And I like going into that kind of dimension. And so I don't want to be somebody that bashes the whole notion of religiosity and spirituality. I think that it has its place. One of the things, though, that we can say is that when narcissists ponder questions like that and they enter into the realm of religiosity, they want to have such a strong sense of certainty that they leave little room for divergence or mystery or complexity. Again, speaking personally, one of the things I found in my decades in my own personal spiritual journey, the more I know, the more I realize how much I don't know. And as I age, I actually am more and more comfortable with mystery and with saying, sometimes what we think may be the ultimate absolute truth may catch us off guard, and there can always be something that comes along that puts a different spin on the way that we think about things. I'm okay with that. But narcissists, when they come to religiosity, they like to use two of their favorite words as they relate to what it means to be religious, and those two favorite words are, I know.
What does your man say all the time, B-Team members? I know y'all like these vacation videos. I know y'all coming here to get to work. I know. Does Tim always say that? I know. Does he always say that? I know y'all been liking to see us doing the barn, and I know y'all like to, I know. Yes or no? Whole show legend on my part. Busting this man down tonight.
And as they have this notion that says, I know, that becomes the beginning point of them gaslighting you. Now, in their mind, as narcissists approach religious themes, they have it in their thought that says, look, I already have this thing figured out. And the implication is, and you're supposed to have it figured out too, just like me.
If I change, everything around me must change. Did he say that? Jump back. Do y'all remember this? Let's get it. Let's go. Let's proceed.
Keep in mind, that's that imperative style of thinking. There's a certain way it's supposed to be. I have the formula. I'm in the club. You need to get in that inside that formula, and you can be in the club with me as well. And then part of the gaslighting then starts from the notion that says, if you have differing perspectives, well, then you're going to drop out of favor, as opposed to saying, well, tell me about your different perspectives. No, there's a fixed way that it's supposed to be, and you can't differ.
Okay, I'm going to break it down right here. Same brother wasn't able to get in touch with you, talk to you before I did this, but I just want to say this right here. Same, they met in prison. Sane had that brother's back. They was best friends, even after they got out of prison, right? Now, Sane, he wanted to do his music and things like that, and he wanted to do his ministry the way he wanted to do it, allegedly. Tim didn't agree with the way Sane was living his lifestyle, which what is wrong with a man of God living his lifestyle? Just because Sane doesn't want to be you and seclude everybody from the world. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, right? Okay. Well, what this man just said, he had to let Sane go because he's a narcissist. Not because he's a man of God. If I change, everything must change. Because God said, no. Not because of God. Quit putting it all on God every time y'all want to make it right. No. Put it on yourself, sir. Put it on yourself. Right? For everything that brother did for you, and from what, jump back. Y'all remember that y'all that did catch it, what was it? The show I did where I had the emails, where I had the lieutenant who was with Tim in prison, who was calling up there all the time, talking about how he was a snitch and all this, and people was ready to whoop on him, and he was in segregation. Whole show alleged, right? Sane is a real brother. And if that was your friend, wasn't nobody touching you in there. So after all of that, after you got shifted to another prison, met Sane, allegedly, right? Because I don't know, I'm not sure, I never asked him if they knew each other before or none of that. My whole point is this. That brother kept you right in prison. For you to let him go because he don't agree with the way your religious beliefs are. And this brother about to break all that down, bro. Let's get it, let's go, let's proceed. Hope y'all enjoying the vlog tonight. Because we on one. Hit that like button for your boy. Don't cost you nothing. Bing. And the bell so y'all know when Charlie B. Come on.
At least not too much, and if you do differ, you need to eventually find your way back to the right path of thinking. In their narcissism, these individuals will not at all be bashful about pronouncing judgment upon you for being wrong. And when I say wrong, not the same as them. And then there's a special.
What has Tim done to everybody in his life? Not his family, not his friends, in his life. Except what that man just said. Oh, y'all, you can't agree with me? Okay. Who's the only people that agree with him at this point? Because we know Grandma Lily don't know more, right? So that means Megan and your boys are the only one that agrees with you. Who's the only people we see Tim hang around? I'm looking for somebody else. Cultural legend on my part.
Because we go back and remember, two of their favorite words are, I know. Now, the gaslighting happens when they will let you know in no uncertain terms that you need to stay consistent with their rules. You need to stay consistent with their interpretations. You need to stay consistent with their traditions. You need to stay consistent with whatever it takes religiously to keep them feeling comfortable.
No jokey joke right here. We've all come in here and been like, Megan knew her book before she met Tim, right? Now, what do we see her do 24/7 every time she's on film? Tim the man, Tim to this, Tim work hard, Tim does everything. We do nothing. Tim is Tim is Tim. You a one-man crew, Tim. You the Tim. Oh, there is no other Tim. Yes or no? She makes him feel what? What did he just say? Comfortable. Whole show of legend on my part.
And then the implication is they're putting their correctness and their insistence upon you is there's something dreadfully wrong if you just can't see the light, like I see the light. And the part of the gaslighting is narcissists in their religiosity can actually say, oh, I'm being very loving toward you. And the way I'm going to be loving is I'm going to explain to you how you need to live life.
Now, is that Tim? What did he say when he was sitting on the bells and hey, jump back if y'all remember the video? Basically, if you don't agree with him, y'all can get on. Just get on. Did he say that, yes or no, Peanut Gang? Yes or no? Is this man breaking me down, don't even know him?
And you may be over there thinking, I don't feel very loved right now. I just feel like I'm kind of like cattle being herded inside a certain pen. And if I fit the groove, I'm okay. And if not, then it's curtains for me. But they'll say, no, actually, this is my love for you. It's like, no, it's not.
Now, he has a PhD. I just want to break in for a minute. Who's right? Him or Tim?
Part of the gaslighting that they will bring toward you is they'll let you know if you do express doubt, there's something wrong with you. They have such a strong need for certainty that doubt or questions are to be left behind. You needed to have come to terms with all of those a long time ago if you're mature.
The narcissist representation of religion. Bim, bim, bim. Bye, Grandma Lily. And he's justified in his mind. Hope Duvall did his thing tonight. Charlie B. Love y'all. I'm out. Y'all be easy. Whole show legend.